Thank you, Robert. That is a great relief. Yeah, I really appreciate your help. Thanks again.
What was that all about?
Robert got the WSB to pull the bodyguard.
I hope that's the right thing to do.
Celia, I'm sure that it is. He didn't exactly come racing to the rescue with Daffy Doodle.
I don't even want to think about that. Well, if you're going out, I'll wait for you.
No, you go ahead. I wanted to take a trip down to the basement first.
Whatever for?
Well, I wanted to look through one of my old psychology books. I think there might be a way to handle Carla's attitude.
Good. I hope you can help her.
Yeah, so do I. Celia, it's here.
What? What is it?
It's a notice from the Office of Professional Medical Conduct. They set a date for my hearing.
Well, we both knew it was going to come sometime. When is it?
3 weeks from now.
Your breakfast. Do you want me to fix you something else?
No, thanks, love. I'm not really all that hungry. Besides, I haven't got much time. I've got to get to Luke's press conference.
I know. Where's it being held? At City Hall?
No, the mayor's mansion. Luke figures he can control the situation better there.
Can he?
Control the press conference? He better.
Keeping the truth of the Cassadine threat still a secret?
He has to.
I know that Luke is very good at this sort of thing. But this is going to be really tricky. Do you think he'll be able to pull it off?
As I said, he has to. How he handles the press conference really is up to how he and Laura answer the questions.
I was just going to come and find you.
Problems?
Not really. But I think it would be a good idea if we went over some of the questions that the press is bound to ask us.
I came to a decision about that. I'm going to talk to the press myself.
Luke, if I can help, you know that I want to.
Babe, I know that. But don't argue. I've thought about it and I've come to that decision. It's going to be a very rough session. I don't want you to go through it.
We both knew eventually you'd have a hearing.
Yeah, I realize that, Celia, but somehow seeing it in black and white is very different. What happens if they take away my license to practice? What kind of a job am I going to get?
Wait a minute. You don't know that they're going to revoke your license. And if they do, well, there are medical-related jobs. Maybe a chemist with a pharmaceutical company.
Those positions are very hard to come by.
Monica will help. I'm sure she will. And if she can't get you a job with Foolin, then, well, she's got contacts with other companies.
No, I don't want to... I do not want to burden the Quartermains with this, too. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to think about it until I know what the results are of the hearing. We're just going to have to wait. Now, I'm going down to the basement, and you go have yourself a wonderful day, all right?
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Now that you have the hearing date, why don't you give Jake a call? Maybe he'll have some good advice on the subject.
Well, I don't really know what Jake can do, but all right, I'll give him a call.
Good. And Grant.
Yes?
About dinner, why don't I give you a ring later and we'll make plans?
Fine.
Okay. Grant?
Yes?
Call Jake.
Right now.
Hi.
Have a good day.
Careful.
Yes, Jake Meyer, please. This is Grant Putnam calling.
I've been thinking
About what?
about Laura.
And the press conference.
Must be quite a strain on her.
Luke, too, I would imagine.
I thought maybe we could invite them to dinner tonight.
It's a good idea. I think they'd appreciate that.
Will you ask them?
Promise I won't forget. Scorpio here. Has the plane carrying the Cassadine body arrived yet? I see. Yeah, you do that. I want to be informed the minute it arrives. Thank you. Okay.
You're worried, aren't you?
For good reason.
What do you think they could do?
One of two things. Either give up forever, or hit back harder than before.
I wish you wouldn't be so stubborn about this. I should be right beside you during the press conference. I might even be helpful.
When reporters are firing questions at two people, you double the chances of tripping up.
You're treating me like a child. You know that, don't you?
I am not treating you like a child. I am very concerned that this thing be over with and done with very quickly, and I don't trust reporters, and only one person answering questions gets us better odds of that happening.
Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, hi. I didn't hear the bell. Well, we didn't ring it. Mrs. Dodd was outside cleaning the front door, and she just let us in. Are you ready for the onslaught? Well, Luke has decided to handle the press conference himself. Oh?
I just feel that one person can control it better than two.
It's got to be controlled. After you called and told us what happened yesterday, we've kept our ears wide open.
What did you hear? Oh, people are speculating all over town. There's guessing games going on everywhere.
That's why the conference has to end this matter once and for all.
You mean they're starting to talk already? Oh, sure, of course. What would you expect, honey? A Cassadine dies in the home of Luke and Laura Spencer. The gossips are going to have a field day.
And the one way is to have the conference, tell your story, and stick to that story forever.
I know. I'm ready.
Told me to find
Oh, hello, Jake. I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
Obviously.
Yeah, these are unbelievable.
What is it?
They're pictures of the real Grant Putnam. I was given these to study when I assumed his identity.
Amazing.
Yeah.
These aren't pictures of you?
No.
They look just like you.
Well, we can thank the plastic surgeons for that.
I see that Celia's in a lot of these.
You know, Jake, the most amazing thing about this,
What's that?
I was just sitting here and looking at these pictures, I feel like it was me in them. I mean, I can really believe that I did these things with Celia, that I was in all of these places with her.
It's quite a story.
Yeah. I think maybe there's an explanation for it. Jake, I love that woman so much that... I'm sorry. You didn't come here to listen to me reminisce, did you?
You sounded disturbed when you phoned.
I just got the official notice from the Office of Professional Medical Conduct.
Setting a date on your hearing?
Yeah. You know, I knew it was coming, but somehow, having it before me, I'm worried.
It's understandable. Why don't we go upstairs and sort out the whole thing up there, huh?
Do you have time?
Sure.
Great.
Lee, we're ahead of the horde, aren't we?
You are, Robert.
There's no change in plans.
Well, the plans are about the same. I got a call from the television stations. They wanted live coverage of the conference.
Thank you.
I told them that we didn't have time, and I really didn't have room in here to set up for them.
They accepted that?
They did when I agreed to do an on-camera interview following the conference out back. There is one other change.
What's that?
I've convinced Laura to let me handle this alone. As a matter of fact, she's upstairs with Lesley, and she's not even going to make an appearance.
I think that's wise.
Well, I agree. I mean, there's much less chance of conflicting stories that way.
Yeah.
Good.
Robert, I'm glad you got here early. You were in the Cassadine.
Well, not since Helena hung up on me yesterday.
Has the body arrived on the island?
Not as of half an hour ago.
Boy, that timing bothers me. They're going to get Stavros' body before they find out about this press conference.
I've got a much bigger worry. What if this press conference doesn't work?
Well, we're all concerned about that. All we can do is hope that Luke is able to control those questions.
Well, I've got to try. We have no other choice. And then, hopefully, they'll print my story, and the Cassadines will read it and give up.
And that's a tall order. They've never given up before.
You know what really haunts me? What? It seems like no matter what I do or where I go, one thing seems to always follow me.
What is it, Laura?
Death.
It's not true. It just feels that way right now because the Cassadines haven't left you alone.
Do you think that they ever will?
Right now, even as we speak, it is coming to an end.
I don't know. It's just there's so many reminders, you know, especially in this room.
Yes, I do know, but that'll pass.
I hope so. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I woke up 3, 4 times, and I just kept seeing the whole thing happening again.
But I have learned, you may not believe it now, but bad memories really do fade in time.
I hope you're right, Mom. Because all I want is just to be happy with Luke. I mean, that's all I've ever wanted.
Well, that's good because right now you're stuck with it. You've got him, and you have this incredibly wonderful life to look forward to.
You know, you have such a wonderful way of making everything seem like it's going to be all right. And I know that we had some hard times, but I just love you so much, Mom. I'm so glad you're my mother.
Well, that's good. Because I do love you best.
coming over. I think that just having the chance to talk with you about it has helped.
Well, sorry that my help could not be more practical. But until the actual hearing, well, there's not much you can do, except stop worrying about it.
I'm trying.
And just keep in mind that their decision is going to be based on many factors. Papers you've written, your professional education, your credentials, and their goodwill towards you.
The goodwill towards me.
Yes, well, they'll realize that they're dealing with a man who's completely turned himself around, who's done something for this country, and at great risk of his own life. Now, certainly, they'll take that into consideration.
You know, more than anything, I wish I could get hired again as a doctor. After all, I'm still permitted to practice medicine, and
Grant.
if I could get a job immediately, it would give me a chance before the hearing to show them I am dedicated and I'm a damn good orthopedist.
That would be ideal, I agree. But let's be practical about it. You and I both know that's not going to happen.
No, I suppose not.
No way. So, the next step is the hearing. After that, who knows?
You know, in the meantime, there is one thing that I can do.
What's that?
I can try to help some people who need it. Free of charge, of course, but that's academic because the people I'm talking about couldn't afford it anyway.
Well, if it's going to make you feel useful, go and do it.
Yeah.
We'll keep in touch, okay?
Yeah. Thanks again.
Sure thing. Ooh, it's cold out there.
Mrs. Escobar, this is Grant Putnam. I'm calling about Carla. Would it be all right if I came over? Yes, right now. Thank you. Fine. Mr. Mayor, I got plenty of questions
Please,
to ask you.
please, ladies and gentlemen, could we just have it quiet for a minute? Now, the mayor does have a statement.
Thank you, Lee. It's not exactly a prepared statement. I thought that I would give you the facts just as they happened, then I'll take questions afterwards, if that is acceptable.
Go right ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Steve. The deceased, Stavros Cassadine, left Port Charles and then returned almost immediately.
Why?
I'm coming to that. He had decided to make a cash offer to this city, much like his family had done for General Hospital. He wanted no publicity about it, and so we arranged for him to meet here. I turned down the offer. Perhaps I turned it down a little quickly, but nevertheless, I refused his offer. Our meeting here, I might add, was a very long one and went quite late.
I have a question.
I was going to get to questions later, Mr. Shelton, but go ahead.
Why didn't anyone see him here earlier at the reception that evening?
Because he didn't attend the reception. As you all know, the reception was for the press and the city council. We made no exceptions. Stavros Cassadine met with me after the reception, and as I said before, he wanted no publicity. Now, may I finish my account?
Please, do.
Thank you. The reason for the private meeting was, frankly, in view of my past association with his family and my wife's, and so we agreed that there would be no press present.
Was he in agreement with this privacy?
He insisted on it. Now, when our meeting was over and Mr. Cassadine was ready to leave, he fell down the steps, was fatally injured. He was taken from here to General Hospital, and I think you know the rest of the story.
Mr. Mayor, now, our understanding is that Stavros Cassadine fell on the main stairway from the second floor.
He did.
You stated he came here to discuss a cash gift he wished to give?
That's correct.
Then could you tell us why he was on the second floor of this house, which I believe are your private quarters?
The house has historical value, as I'm sure you know. And Mr. Cassadine, at the conclusion of our meeting, expressed interest in the house, so we gave him a brief tour, which did include the second floor.
What was the official cause of death?
I can respond to that.
Dr. Rick Weber of General Hospital.
The coroner's autopsy report showed that he died of a broken neck, and that was caused by a fall.
And where's the body now?
Luke?
Robert Scorpio, Commissioner of Police.
Stavros Cassidyne's body is en route to the Cassidine Island right now. It should arrive there within the hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, or is there anything else?
Well, I don't have any more questions, but I do have a comment.
Very well.
I'd like to go on record here and now. I've heard your story, Mr. Mayor. Quite frankly, I just do not buy it. Do you have any comment?
Only one, Mr. Shelton. If you don't buy the story, as you say, that is unfortunate. This press conference is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Come this way.
General Hospital will continue.